Northern king's defeat. When King Jabin of Hazar heard these things, he sent word to King Jobah of Madon, the king of Shimron, the king of Ashkelon, and the king of northern hill country, and Abram south of Kinnereth, the low country, and the heights of the Dor in the west, of the Canaanites in the east, and in the west of the Amorites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Justabis, and the hill country, and all the Havites at Mountain Hermon, and the land of Mizpah. So the kings went out with all their armies, peoples as numerous as grains of sand on the seashore. With a large number of horses and chariots, these kings all met and camped together at the waters of Merom in order to wage war against Israel. The Lord said to Joshua, "Do not be afraid of them, for about this time tomorrow I will make them dead before Israel, hamstring their horses and burn their chariots with fire." So Joshua and all his fighting forces came upon them by surprise at the waters of Miriam and fell upon them. The Lord gave them into the hand of Israel. They struck them down and pursued them all the way to Greater Sidon, Mishproth, Maim, and Mizpath, valley of the east. They struck them down until no survivor remained. Joshua did to them as the Lord had said. He hamstringed their horses and burned their chariots with fire. And that time Joshua turned and captured Hazor and struck down his king with the sword. Hazor was formerly the head of all the kingdoms. They struck all who lived in them with the edge of the sword, destroying them. No one who breathed was left. And he burned Hazor with fire. Joshua captured all these kings and their towns. He struck with the edge of the sword, destroying them, and Moses and the servants of the Lord had commanded. However, Israel did not burn any of the cities that stood on the mountains except Hazor. Joshua burned it. The children of Israel plundered all the goods and the livestock of these cities, but they struck all the people with the edge of the sword until they destroyed them. They did not spare anyone who breathed, as the Lord commanded Moses' servants. So Moses commanded Joshua, and Joshua did it. He did not ignore a word of all of that the Lord had commanded Moses. So Joshua took all the land to the hill country, to Negev, and all the land of Josham, the lower land of Abraham, and his hill country of Israel, and its lower land from Mountain Halak and Sierra as far as the Balak God in the Laban valley under Mount Hermon. All their kings he captured, struck down, and killed. Joshua engaged all those kings in a battle for a long time. There was no city that made peace with the children of Israel except the Havites living in the Gibon. They conquered all of them because the Lord hardened their hearts to engage Israel in battle. They destroyed them without mercy to put them to death, as the Lord had commanded Moses. At the time Joshua came and wiped out the Anarchites from the hill country, from the Hebron, from Debris and Anab, from all the hill country of Joshua, and from all the hill country of Israel. Joshua utterly destroyed them and their cities. No Anakites were left in the land of the children of Israel, but they did not remain in Gaza, Gath, and Ashdod. So Joshua took the whole land according to all the Lord has said to Moses. Joshua gave it to Israel an inheritance according to their allotted portions by their tribes. Then the land rested from war.